Carol had 12 seconds to make a decision that would either save a child's life or destroy an innocent man's reputation. What would you do? It was 3:47 p.m. on a Thursday afternoon in Spokane, Washington. Carol Henderson, 59, mother of 3, grandmother of 5, was doing what she'd done every Thursday for the past 10 years, her weekly grocery shopping at the Safeway on Division Street. Carol wasn't looking for trouble. She was looking for pasta sauce. But as she turned into aisle 12, something made her stop. A little girl, maybe 6 years old, dark curly hair, pink sneakers, walking next to a man in a baseball cap. At first, nothing seemed unusual, but Carol had raised 3 daughters. She'd been a school nurse for 22 years, and something about this child triggered every maternal instinct she had. The girl's clothes were clean but wrinkled, like she'd slept in them. Her hair was brushed but tangled in the back, like someone who didn't know how to braid tried. The man kept checking his phone. The girl kept watching the other shoppers. Then Carol noticed the shoes, pink light-up sneakers. One was on the wrong foot. What parent puts their kids' shoes on wrong, Carol thought. That's when the girl looked directly at Carol, and slowly, deliberately, she raised her right hand, palm facing out, then tucked her thumb into her palm, then folded her fingers down over it. Carol's breath caught. She'd seen that signal 3 weeks ago. Her daughter had texted her a TikTok video with a message, "Mom, watch this. It could save someone's life." It was a silent distress signal created for domestic violence victims during video calls during COVID lockdowns. But it worked anywhere. Now, standing in a grocery store, Carol had 12 seconds before they turned the corner. 12 seconds to decide, was she right or was she about to humiliate an innocent father? Before we reveal what Carol did next, pause and ask yourself, what would you do in this moment? Would you speak up or would doubt stop you? If this story is already giving you chills, hit that like button right now and subscribe to Life Tales, because what happens next will show you why trusting your gut can save a life. Now, here's what Carol did. Carol didn't freeze. She didn't panic. She did something brilliant. She grabbed her phone and opened her camera app, but pretended to take a selfie. In reality, she was filming them. Then she did something even smarter. She walked up to them. "Excuse me," she said warmly, smiling at the man. "I'm so sorry to bother you, but do you know where the pasta sauce is?" The man barely looked up. No idea, lady." Carol kept smiling. "Oh, and your daughter, she is so adorable. What's her name?" The man hesitated just for half a second. "Emma." Carol bent down to the girl's level. "Hi, Emma. I love your pink shoes. Did you pick them out yourself?" The girl looked at the man, then back at Carol. She whispered, "They're not mine." The man grabbed the girl's hand. "We need to go." But Carol stood up, blocking the aisle slightly. "Wait, I think you dropped something," she said, pointing behind them. The man turned to look. That's when Carol locked eyes with the girl and mouthed silently, "I see you." The girl's eyes filled with tears. Carol straightened up. "Actually, sir, I'm a nurse, and I notice your daughter seems really tired. Is everything okay?" The man's face changed. "Mind your own business." He pulled the girl toward the exit. Carol didn't follow them. Instead, she walked directly to the front desk. "I need you to lock the doors and call 911 right now." The store manager frowned. "Ma'am, we can't just..." Carol cut him off. "I am 59 years old. I've been a school nurse for 22 years. I've seen over 3,000 children. That man is not that girl's father. And if you don't make that call in the next 30 seconds, I will walk out to that parking lot, stand behind his car, and you can explain to police why you didn't act when a child was being trafficked out of your store." The manager picked up the phone.
Let me ask you something. Would you have had the courage Carol did? Would you risk being wrong? Drop a comment below. Have you ever spoken up when something felt off? Because what happens next proves why listening to your instincts matters. 3 minutes later, 2 police officers walked through the front entrance. The man was at his truck in the parking lot. The girl was sitting in the passenger seat. Officers approached calmly. "Sir, we need to ask you a few questions." The man's face went pale. "What's this about?" "We received a report. Can you tell us your relationship to this child?" The man hesitated again. "She's my daughter." The female officer knelt by the truck window. "Hi, sweetie. What's your name?" The girl looked at the man, then at the officer. Then she whispered, "Sophia." The officer stood up. "You just said her name was Emma." The man stammered. She has 2 names. It's a nickname." The officer wasn't buying it. "Sir, step out of the vehicle, now." Within minutes, everything unraveled. The girl's name was Sophia Martinez. She was 7 years old. She'd been reported missing from Boise, Idaho, 6 days earlier. She'd been taken from her front yard while waiting for the school bus. The man was her mother's ex-boyfriend, someone Sophia barely knew, someone who'd been stalking the family for months. When police searched his truck, they found a duffel bag with children's clothes, hair dye, and a one-way bus ticket to Mexico, leaving that night. Sophia had less than 4 hours before she would have disappeared forever. Carol stood near the police cars, shaking. An officer approached her.
Ma'am, I need you to know something. If you had second-guessed yourself, if you had walked away, this little girl would be gone. You saved her life. Carol burst into tears. "I almost didn't say anything," she whispered. "I almost convinced myself I was wrong." 20 minutes later, Sophia's mother arrived. She ran across the parking lot screaming her daughter's name. Sophia ran into her arms, and Carol, standing off to the side, broke down completely. Before leaving, Sophia walked over to Carol. She held out her hand, not to shake, but to show her the signal. "You knew," Sophia said quietly. Carol knelt down and hugged her. "You were so brave, sweetheart. You saved yourself. I just saw you." 6 months later, Carol received a package. Inside was a photo, Sophia smiling at her 8th birthday party, and a handwritten note. "To the woman in the grocery store who didn't look away, you gave me my life back. Love, Sophia." Carol keeps that photo on her refrigerator, and every Thursday at 3:47 p.m. when she walks into that same Safeway, she pauses in aisle 12, and she remembers the day she trusted her instincts, the day she spoke up, the day she saved a life. This story is real. Sophia is safe today because Carol didn't ignore what she saw. Here at Life Tales, we share these stories because awareness saves lives. So right now, I need you to do 4 things. 1, hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications. We post stories like this every week. 2, learn the signal. Watch it again if you need to. Palm out, thumb tucked, fingers close over. Teach it to your kids, your friends, your family. 3, share this video. You never know who needs to see it. The next Carol could be in your family. 4, tell us in the comments, have you ever trusted your gut and spoken up? What happened? Because here's the truth. Most people walk past. Most people convince themselves they're wrong. Most people don't want to get involved. But you are not most people. And the next time you see something that doesn't feel right, you'll remember Carol. You'll remember Sophia, and you'll speak up.
Don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you haven't. See you in the next video.